We're live with the television talk show Issues here. You know how we do it each and every Saturday morning. If you got Direct TV, 6:30 a.m., set your DVRs, or either check us out on Sunday nights at 10 p.m. on My Mississippi, which is cable network. We're here live with the television talk show Issues, and we're going to do a table discussion today. Who knows what we might talk about here today on the television talk show Issue. I'm your host and executive producer, Rick Mason. Stay tuned for a very, very exciting show today. You know, last episode we were talking about the difference in the importance of Mother's and Father holidays. Why does Mother's get so much recognition versus Father's Day? We answered those questions. We had a great show on that. And again, welcome to the television talk show Issues. How you doing today? Everybody's fine?
Everybody's
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Hey man, we got a round table talk discussion here on the television talk show Issues today. Let's start with you, ma'am. Hi, can you give us your name and give us a little bit about you?
I am Antoinette Lott. I am not a native of Columbus. I'm a native of Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Okay.
I am a member of United Christian Baptist Church.
Okay.
Reverend Stephen James is my pastor.
Great guy.
Yes, awesome guy.
Uh-huh.
I'm associate minister there as well.
Okay.
A few things about myself. I love God. Love God.
Uh-huh.
Love to write. I have published 2 books so far.
Okay.
And working on my 3rd book, and all about the love of God and what He has done for me. Beautiful,
beautiful. And we're going to make our way around to the table. A familiar face from back in the days we worked hands in hands together. It used to be called A Moment with Dr. Diane Prue.
Awesome.
And we did radio together. And we want to welcome you to the show, Doctor. How you feel?
Well, thank you. I feel just wonderful.
Give us a little bit about yourself and tell us who you are.
Well, I'm Diane Prue, as you said. I'm a psychologist here in Columbus, Mississippi. I am a ordained minister, and I'm married. Been married for 39 years.
Wow.
Amen.
And I do all types of counseling. I do therapy with men, women, children, marriage therapy, and I even do premarital counseling for those considering being married with one another.
Imagine that, Dr. Diane Prue. And as we make our way on the round table here, we have a gentleman here. Can you tell us who you are and a little bit about yourself?
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Leonard Cotton. A lot of people know me from Columbus Walmart. I was there for many, many moons.
Yeah.
Now I'm at Mississippi State at Barnes & Noble, so come see me. I'm a member of United Christian as well with Minister Lott. Been a native of Columbus, love Columbus, and want to see it grow and prosper all it can.
Great. And as we make our way to the Doctor, familiar face on Issues Television Talk Show, welcome, Doctor.
Good to be here.
Good to be here. Give us a little bit about yourself and who you are.
Tommy Prude, I'm her husband.
Okay, great. Put your stamp on it. Okay.
Founder and pastor of Agape Love Fellowship.
Okay.
And a native of Columbus. School board prior service, 14 years in Columbus Municipal School District. And I love Columbus and I want to see it better.
Beautiful thing. We'll be right back in just a moment after these television commercial breaks to talk more about issues that are going on here and around the world. Give us a call, 662-386-6064 if you got an issue, or email us at issuestelevisiontalkshow@gmail.com. Right here for the television talk show, Issues.
Issue.
And as we flip back to the other end of the table during the commercial break, we got a young lady here. And what's your name, ma'am?
My name is Jacqueline Ware.
Okay, and can you give us a little bit about what you do and who you are?
Well, I'm actually working with a program with the Friendly City Resident Council,
Okay.
with the Columbus Housing Authority, with the program called ROSS,
Okay.
Resident Opportunity Self-Sufficiency Program, where
Okay.
I'm contracting out to do some work with them to help the residents become economically self-sufficient.
Hey man, we got a lot of power around the table here today on Issue Television Talk Show. Again, we're trying to get the word out and inform you about what's going on in and beyond the Golden Triangle area. Back to you, Minister. Some of the things, your book that you have written, what inspired you to even write? And give us the title of one of your books that you have written.
Well, the first book is about my life journey, my struggles throughout my life, and how God empowered me and just restored me through all of the brokenness and healed me from several different things, from poverty, healed me from dealing with MS and rheumatoid arthritis. So I decided to write about that so I could be complete and so that I could share my story with others so they could understand that they don't have to be stuck in their situation and be stuck in their lives and not be a product of their upbringing. They can be transformed beyond that. So the first book is called Butterfly, Blessings, Battles, and Breakthroughs.
And how did you come up with the name of that
Well,
nature?
because I basically broke down the areas of my life through those three different categories: blessings, battles, and breakthroughs. And it was about my journey. So that's basically what the book is about, the journey of my life. And blessings were a time where I didn't even realize God was there. The battles were the times where I knew He was there, but I was struggling to see His face.
Okay.
And the breakthroughs are the moments when I began to embrace Him.
And from you listening to her explaining about her book, what type book would you call that in your bookstore that you work in? Or have you ran across any books like that dealing with, I want to say, inspirational?
Of course, it's inspirational. And she is pretty much in line with what we sell inside of our store in the inspirational section. But it takes on a different meaning for me because she has been my friend and mentor for like 20 years almost. So I understand what's in the book, and it kind of goes beyond what we sell on the shelves. It's a phenomenal read for anyone that has not read it.
And you actually been a pastor of a church. Someone writing a book about inspirational items and ideals. How do you compare that to the biblical Bible? Do you think they get more of the information from the Bible and write books, or how would you spearhead that?
I think it's an expansion of the Bible. It's an outlook. It's a biblical world outlook on things that we go through every day.
Okay.
And so she connected it and expressed it, and it's a wonderful thing that to have that outlet so people can see contemporary issues from the Bible.
Okay.
Yeah.
And from a psychologist's standpoint, where would you think something like that can expire from?
I think that it comes from personal experience. And personal experience in the way we interpret our lives and the things that happen to us. Because we're not always up. A lot of times we're down.
Right.
And it's when we're down that determines who we become as people. Because with the presence of the Lord there, we rise up almost like butterflies.
Right.
Yes.
You know, we rise up and we find out what our purpose in life is really all about. Purpose. That's something that we all need to have. And so this book talks about purpose. It talks about destiny. It talks about personal struggles. And as a psychologist, that's what I see people go through each and every day. So it serves a purpose because other people can see I'm not the only person.
That's true.
And being and again, to piggyback off what you just said, being a psychologist, you have probably seen so many different issues come before you in trying to save someone here and here with your conversations and motivations. So what are, and not naming a particular person or anything, what are some of the biggest issues that have came before you that you really had to deal with?
I think the issue of, number one, illness. People have illnesses, and certain illnesses have what will happen to them. It determines their outlook on life. So that's one thing. I deal also with a lot of marriages you know, people are in conflict, they want to end their marriages. Or I deal with people that want to get married.
Right.
So I do premarital counseling sometimes to find out
Right.
that they should not be married
Right,
to
correct.
one another, you know,
So-
and having to tell them that.
So statistics today say marriages last how long nowadays versus years ago?
Well, marriages typically last for about, they get past the 7-year hump,
Uh-huh.
and then they might last for another 2 years. And then it's like people's minds, that microwave mentality. Too late now, you know, let's just go our separate ways. We can't do this fast enough,
Right.
you know, and people are not willing to deal with issues. We all have issues.
Yes, ma'am.
And unless you confront those issues, then you'll be in a shell for the rest of your life.
Hey, you heard it here. You're seeing it first. Issues Television Talk Show. Once again, we want to thank you for checking us out here on Issues Television Talk Show. 662-386-6064. Or if you got an issue, anything dealing with relationships, politics, racism, whatever the case may be, schools, dirty restaurants, we want to know about it. We want to let the word be known, because it's Issues Television Talk Show. And after these commercial breaks here shortly, we're going to really get down to talk about why we're really here and see what these people are doing as a group and as a whole. They got a lot of information for us here today on the Television Talk Show. Issues, stick around, don't move. If you move, you might lose. It's the Television Talk Show.
That's right.
Issues.
Golden Triangle and surrounding areas. It's the 2019 Black and White Music Ball at the Trotter Convention Center, Friday, July 26th, downtown Columbus. It will be a night of live entertainment featuring Grammy-nominated R&B artist and producer Glenn Jones. Also performing live is the PC Band and Show. Doors open at 8 p.m. and showtime is at 9 p.m. Get your advance tickets today for only $35 and $40 at the door. For tickets, VIP tables, and more, call 404-617-9423 today.
And we're back for the Television Talk Show Issues. So far, it's been a great show. Hope you've enjoyed it as well. I mean, table discussions. We're talking about it all here on Issues Television Talk Show. And today, again, like I promised you, we're going to deal with it right here on Issues Television Talk Show. Give us a little information about the group ICE. And the name ICE is so strong
Yes, it
and
is
so
very strong.
powerful. ICE.
We chose that because we are a strong, powerful people. We all are very diverse. We come from different backgrounds.
Uh-huh.
But ICE is Innovators Change Engineers. And basically what we do, we are people who are in the community to assist the community. We are here to uplift and empower and encourage anyone that needs us.
Community outreach, in other words.
Community outreach, yes, that is. So far, we have had a Mother's Day program where we invited the mothers out in the community and we fed them dinner on Mother's Day and we gave them gifts and we just had an absolute blast. It was a glorious time.
Okay.
We've done a revival at Latter Rain Word Church of God, and it was for the men for Father's Day, but everyone was invited and it was a powerhouse of
Great.
fellowship.
Doctor, again, the word ICE. Right now, that word is so popular. So, the word ICE.
ICE,
ICE is
innovative change motivators, right? So when you think about that, hopefully ICE is something that preserves. You know, it can
Yes.
preserve.
Right.
It can keep something. It's also likely to melt, meaning that it flows. It has the capability of reaching so many people.
Great.
And motivators. That's what we all are. That's what we all around this table should be. And that's what we are about. We're about reaching into the community, helping not just those that have, but helping those who don't have, giving them an opportunity. It's like reaching a hand out when that ice is melting to pull them up out of that
Yes,
situation,
yes.
Right.
to make them or help them to become different. It's like Jackie and what she does. in
right.
the
So
community.
everybody plays a different
Oh,
role
yes.
here
Yes.
around the
Yes.
table.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
we do.
That's
We
great.
absolutely do.
And to spearhead with you dealing with the community as a whole itself, what are you finding some of the most difficult tasks that you're facing to try to make whatever come across the table?
I think with me is just getting people to think a little bit differently, to dream again. I think that's one of the biggest things.
Okay.
Just to dream, just to help them set those goals and say, hey, what do you want to do with your life?
Okay.
How do you want to do it? And to be that person to continue to encourage them, follow up with them, and be an example. Just be an example.
Okay.
And when I tell them sometimes, hey, I grew up in Sandfield.
Right.
You know, I grew up
Yeah.
in Sandfield.
They don't know the struggle.
Right. So
Yeah.
just
They don't
to,
know the story.
You know, you look at
Yeah.
me, but
Uh-huh.
hey,
Right.
I could be a paycheck away from being homeless.
Understood,
You know,
yes.
so just different things like that. Just to empathy, I think, just showing them empathy, putting myself in their shoes, and
Okay.
you know, and
Okay.
just being there to help.
And your spotlight with ICE, what are you trying to focus on?
Well, what I try to focus in on is some key areas that we all do, but where I think my role or my niche is working with young people at this
Okay.
point, getting them ready to face the realities of the world.
Of the world.
And now, working in retail for so long, interviewing people for so many years, I understand that there's a gap between getting them professionally ready to go out into the workforce
Right.
and then getting them ready to go to college.
Because just because you graduate from high school and
Right.
college doesn't mean you're really actually ready for the world.
Exactly. Some people don't know how to dress for an interview. Some people don't even know how to create a resume, even though they've gone through 12 years of formal education.
So do you fault the instructor, the professor, or the teacher for that?
No.
Okay.
Sometimes it's many factors that come into play. It can be individual motivation by that student. It can be individual motivation by that parent. I come from a single family home, and my mother motivated me daily to think, dream, think outside the box, and
Right.
don't have limits. But now, kids have so many limits that they place upon themselves
Right.
because they think they don't have what it takes. And I think one of the main roles that we're doing, not just with kids, but with adults, is looking at the factors what our community are facing as a whole and trying to remove some of the barriers, trying to bring togetherness into our scope and, you know, move forward. I love Columbus. I have a lot of classmates that say I wouldn't live in Columbus. I wouldn't do this in Columbus. But what I tell them constantly is, how can we ever grow and expand our economic situations, our living situations?
And here's to put a pin there. The same thing they're going to do in the big city or whatever.
They can do here.
They can do it here, but they got to do the same thing wherever they go.
Right. Exactly.
So why put yourself in a situation? And change is good for some people, but if you can't handle it in a small town, what makes you think you can handle it in a big town?
That's true.
Right.
Like the pastor said, if you don't tithe when you got just a little money, when you get a
yes.
great deal of money,
know
you
what to do.
sure
It's too much.
it's sure not going to tithe. You know, so that's horrific that you would have that mindset for young individual people.
But that is the mindset that we face.
Right.
If you ask people that'll move away, I wouldn't come back, I wouldn't
Yeah.
do this. But they'll come back if they don't have a job. And then they'll hustle to find one here.
It's
You have to put your roots
yes,
in this town
Right.
to make it grow. We look at Tupelo.
yeah,
Tupelo is growing and expanding.
but
They're
But-
investing in it.
Yes, they're investing in the money. We'll drive 63 miles to put money in Tuscaloosa. We'll drive 63 miles.
it's just like on the entertainment level when we do concerts and shows, whether it's gospel or R&B or jazz or whatever, and the tickets can be X amount of dollars, and they're frowning. But again, like you just insinuated, they would drive to a big city, pay for a hotel, pay for the ticket, pay for the food, pay for the gas. I mean, and when before you know it, you could have did everything right here because
Here.
the entertainment is coming.
That's right.
But you see, when you don't believe in yourself and you don't love yourself,
Right.
then everybody else can do it better.
Okay.
And when you're living in a city or whatever, you can get away and you can hide. But in
Right.
a small place, you can't
You
hide.
can't. You can't.
You front and center.
You know, because a lot of people from this area. Oh, I live in the ATL. I live in Atlanta, and you don't. I mean, Atlanta is primarily downtown, and to live in Atlanta, I mean, it's very expensive. And when people that I know and I hear them say this, you know, and I'm like, no, you live in Georgia. You don't live in Atlanta. You know, and not to belittle you or put you down, but you don't know what you're saying.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
yeah.
you don't know what you're saying, so you have to be careful when you say that, you know, because people frown on that. They're not going to educate you and tell you, hey, you're saying something wrong.
Right.
They're just going to let you just spearhead and look like that person that
Right.
doesn't know anything.
But if you don't have anything to contribute,
Right.
you can hide in the city.
You can hide.
Yes.
But if you don't have anything to contribute here, you're going to be identified as one of those people that walk around the street with no hope, no dreams, no expectation.
We'll be right back in just a moment after these television commercial breaks to get information on how to get help with these people at this table with the ice. And man, I mean, this is something positive in your community, in your city, and we want to help, and they want to help you too as well. 662-386-6064 if you got an issue. We'll be right back in just a moment for the television talk show, Issues. Great prices with a large selection. Spirits Package Store, located 1402-1 Main Street in Columbus. Go by and see Charlie and let him brighten your day or your night with some of the best tasting wine and liquors here at Spirits Package Store. Anything from vodka to gin, Hennessy, Ciroc, 1738 Blue Top, Burnett they call it, located next door to King's Court Store, 1402-1 Main Street, for some of the finest wine and some of the greatest tasting liquor. Go by see Charlie today at Spirits Package Store. And remember, don't drink and drive. And go by and see him today for some of the greatest deals in town. It's Spirits Package Store, 1402-1 Main Street in Columbus. Man, off the camera, you never know what takes place. I mean, fun times, but behind the camera, off the camera, things. What were you talking about?
I'm talking about dreaming.
Well, tell her about the dream.
Do more than just dream. Get up and do something about the dream. Because if you only dream, all you're going to get is a dream.
Right.
So you got to put some wheels on that dream and put it in motion. And if you don't have any expectations, if you wake up every morning with no expectations at all, you wasted a day of your life.
Wow.
That's right.
You heard that. And that makes sense. And the one Steve Harvey said, TV radio guy, personality, man, he said something that has stuck in my mind for a moment. You got to concentrate on the possibility and not the probability, because everything is possible through Christ.
Yeah.
But the probability, it probably could happen or it probably might happen. But boy, what you said, what God said, the possibility. So, you know, and we ain't got no church, but you know, we talking real life stuff here at the table, man. And that's it. I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
The possibility versus the probability. And people don't even think about that.
What does Christ say? What does it say? All things are possible
Possible
Yes.
in Christ.
through Christ.
If you
If you
Believe.
That's
That's
the
the
key word.
thing. You
Believe.
must believe.
and that's the hardest part is believing.
Right.
Now, if Issues Television Talk Show be underground next week, don't you know? Because we might have a show on anything, but today we're talking positivity right here.
Right.
And again, to close it out today, we want everybody to leave with final remarks and information on how to contact you guys with ICE.
Okay.
Okay, my number is 662-574-5732. And I'm always available, and let's make it happen.
Okay.
Well, my phone number is 662-574-7031. And you can reach me by email at leoncotton@hotmail.com. I just want y'all to know that we are here to help any church, any individual. We're going to be in the community, in your face, for a very long time, hopefully. So be motivated and look forward to what God has planned for you in the next year.
Okay.
And my number is 662-251-7426. That is the number that any residents of the Columbus Housing Authority, if you want to call and contact me and learn more about the Ross program, since I'm having this opportunity to be able to do this.
Right. You should have let Miss Deborah Taylor know that we
That's right.
hung out.
So,
I didn't buy those Girl Scout cookies from her, but we should have told her that.
but definitely, and I'm there to help in the Housing Authority as well as in my community. I've been doing it forever, so
Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, and my number is 662-549-8990. We are here at my office, and I see all individuals, male, female, children, groups, and then with ICE, if you have any questions or you need some assistance from us, you can use that same number and give me a call.
Awesome. My number is 662-549-6136. And what I want to leave with you is my books are available on Amazon. Again, is Butterfly Journey, Blessings, Battles, and Breakthroughs. Also, Butterfly Dream Journal. And the one thing that I want to share with everyone, in the word says, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that always leads to success.
You heard it first, man. Again, Issues Television Talk Show, 662-386-6064. If you got an issue, if you want to be a sponsor, email us, give us a call, 662-386-6064. We want to get the word out for you and with you.
Issue. 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 Issue.
And this is something that possibly can come together and be informed in the city and the states, because we're only 4 states: Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Arkansas. And we hit a lot of households. And again, set your DVRs. DirecTV, 6:30 a.m. CW Channel 5. Sunday nights cable TV on My Mississippi. It's all about the television talk show. Can y'all look in that camera and say issues?
Issues!
See you next time. Issues Television Talk Show. Email us at issuestalkshow@gmail.com or either give us a call at 662-386-6064 if you got an issue.
Issues.